Hi guys, Tisa Hi again, back with another story. This is a folklore story or folklore reference. A lot of people, especially in rural areas of Trinidad and Tobago, attest that this story is true. Today we're going to talk about the Socouyant. It's spelled S-O-C-O-U-Y-A-N-T, pronounced Socouyant. According to Wikipedia, it's a shape-shifting Caribbean folklore character or Jambi who appears as an old woman. She sheds her skin and turns into a ball of fire and flies around in the night looking for victims. So she is a Caribbean version of a vampire. So she flies around looking for victims to suck on their blood, right? So according to folklore, a Socouyant can come through any spaces, any crevices, keyholes, anything like that. So it's not like you could just lock up your doors, you know, and hope for the best. So a long time ago, it is said that the French settlers that came to the Caribbean brought the vampire tradition, and it was intertwined or intermingled with African beliefs and folklore. So that is how the Socouyant came to be. Another part of the myth, apparently it's a woman, it's always said to be a woman, who makes a pact with the devil for a long life. And apparently the demon has a name. His name is Basil, and he lives in silk cotton trees, right? So she could also take the form of anything, not always a ball of fire. She could turn into any animal, any creature. She has to go into the cemetery in the middle of the night, of course, right? This is what Basil instructed. She has to dig up a corpse, a freshly buried corpse. She has to take out the liver, make an oil out of the liver, and this oil is what apparently allows her to shed her skin. I didn't make this up, guys. Right, I already told you all how they enter into your homes, right? So apparently they go for areas that are supposed to be soft parts of your skin, which is like your forearm, your thighs, your breasts. And apparently she especially likes to attack young children and women. Very rare you'll find a man complaining of, you know, strange marks on his skin, not being able to explain where he got it from. So I do not know if it's because women and children have softer skin or yummier blood. The thing about a Socouyant attacking you though, apparently it is said if they draw too much blood from their victim, the victim could either perish or they can turn to a Socouyant themselves. Pretty much very similar to the vampire tales, you know, if you're into those things. Another thing that they can do is acquire that victim's skin. So y'all, I don't know how they come about with these stories, you know, but that's part of this story as well. Now, in all these stories, there's also how you can catch them. The legend is to catch them, simply, it's very simple. All you have to do is get some rice and sprinkle it in heaps, either in front of your door, in front of your window. They say you could even go to the village crossroad, if there's a crossroad in a town or village or whatever, and pour rice. Apparently, the Socouyant can't see food waste, my boy. So if she see rice pile up anywhere, she will stop wherever she's doing and try to pick up every grain of rice until she get every grain. Now you would think that all you could do is just heap it up in your hand and throw it away, whatever. No, she gonna pick it up grain by grain. And apparently that's how you catch them, because she'll stay there for hours. Obviously the sun will rise and she'll be out of her skin, and that's how you catch her. All right, how you could ward her off is using salt. Apparently they don't like salt. So if you for some reason of the belief that you're being terrorized by a Socouyant, you may not want to catch her, but if you want her to stay away from you, all you need is to put salt by your windowsill, by your door. That's how it goes, y'all. But if you're adventurous, if you want to kill the Socouyant, this is what you have to do. Same thing applies with the salt, right? So first, to begin with, you have to know where the Socouyant live in. Number 2, you have to find where she left her skin. You have to throw a heap of salt, not a little bit, a hell of a lot of salt. And if you're not sure what salt to use, get all the different kind of salt you can find, right? Throw it into the mortar and make sure her skin properly well covered with this salt. And you have to do this before dawn, eh? You have to do this around nighttime and stuff. So you have to be staking out this lady house to see when she flies out into the night as a ball of fire. Then you have to sneak in and do this madness. But you can't leave her. You have to stick around for when she come back. So McGill will come back before the break of dawn, after she had her fill, right? She'll call to her skin, and this is how she does it. Let me see if I get my best Socouyant voice.
Skin, come to me.
And the skin, because it covered with salt and thing, it wouldn't be able to respond to her. So she'll do it again. Skin, come to me. And to be wriggling up panting. And she'll realize her call not working. And she'll be doing this over and over again. But then when she realizes sun coming out, Papa, she'll change her tune. And she'll say, skin, you not know me. You not know me, you not know me. That is when you know you could go and deal with chickies. So apparently what they used to do is douse the whole house and the lady and burn her to the ground. And that is how you kill a Socouyant. Now, here's the sad thing about this Socouyant story, right? It's a sad reality, and I think it has happened in the past, long ago. It used to have old ladies or ladies who aged, who would have lost their husbands, because back in the day, apparently women used to outlive their husbands. So their husbands might have died or would have gone away to war or whatever the case may be. So if worse yet, if they don't have any children. So these ladies obviously end up being alone, right? So the minute people realize this lady is by herself, she is rumored to be a Socouyant. Worse yet, if anything, that people tend to think is bad luck or anything like that happen in the village, they will blame it on her, right? So apparently these poor old ladies used to meet their death, because most of the time they're living in a house that's on property. Most of the time they have a lot of land and all these different things. So the villagers and them used to basically wipe out these ladies and just take all their stuff and share it amongst each other. Right, so this segment is my personal experience. Now, I cannot say for sure if Socouyant are real. Anyway, so this is my story. Remember, if you watch the other videos that I have, I always mention, I said I used to live Springvale, right? So this is an experience that I witnessed while living in Springvale. Me and my son again, remember my son from the last story? Of course, it's late in the night. I have no idea when it could be. It's not a long story. It's just a very weird experience that I was never able to forget. I can't explain. I just remember being woken up by my son screaming out. And when I opened my eyes, obviously I got up in a frenzy because he just balled out the place. And all I saw was a flash of light, bright light, and it flew out the window. And how I know whatever it was just flew out the window, I actually saw the curtain fly up, and then it was dark again. That is what I saw. And my son was probably about 7. So unfortunately, I don't think we ever talked about it like when he was that age. You know what I mean? I summed it up to maybe I was dreaming. So I didn't bother to, ask him, if you saw that, the way you think it was, none of that. We just went on about our business like it didn't happen. But recently, I asked him if he remembers that happening. And of course, he does. He remembered it. But I remember being freaked out. So I asked him to give me his version of what he thought happened. This is what he had to say. His version of this story is he remembers feeling a vibration, like a humming. Now this boy has to be either clairvoyant or something, because his explanation is, and you know when spirits are around, it is just here humming. And I'm like, no, I don't know nothing about that. Anyway, so he remembers feeling this vibration, right? And the humming together with the vibration, I guess the combination of the both, woke him up. And he said when he woke up, all he remembered seeing was just this real bright light. Like he couldn't see nothing else. All he's seeing is this light. And being as young as he was, obviously, he got scared. And that's why he's cry out now. And the me waking up is what, I guess, I don't want to say startled it, but the whatever it was didn't visit me. It didn't come for me. It was around my son. But it happened so fast. It happened so fast that as soon as I saw the light was gone. And that is what happened all those years ago. I can't say for sure if that was our friend Socouyant visiting us or something else. I asked him what he thought it was, and if it was evil now, if he got an evil vibe from it. And he actually said no. He said it felt, when you think about it, it wasn't an evil vibe, it wasn't an evil light. you know. So can't say for sure. But the other night I had a dream, and the dream was similar to, and you know when you're watching a movie, and you know I like my horrors, so of course I was dreaming I was watching a horror movie. And in this movie it had somebody that was supposed to either be a vampire or something like that, and she was up on a tree. And in my state watching this movie, I'm also in the movie. I can't explain it. It was a dream. I can't say. So it's almost like if I'm looking on, but I am the character in the movie, right? And this thing flew down from the tree straight to me. And that's how the dream ended. And your girl woke up with a mark on her leg. I hope I find the picture. I'll just insert it if I find it. But comment down below and let me know if you've ever, you know, experienced anything that your granny or your old aunt would say, a Socouyant suck you. Share your stories, guys. Share your stories. Yeah? Because sharing is caring. Love to know if it's just me. Is it just me? Is it just us? Can't be just us, these things happening too. And get to know the old ladies in your village. If you all still have ladies that live alone and stuff, don't just fly to the conclusion that she evil or she's a witch or Socouyant. She could just be lonely. Thank you for joining me, and be sure to catch me in the next one. I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye.